Boys and girls, let's collect these supplies. An empty toilet paper roll or paper towel roll, scissors, any type of glue or little tape, markers or crayons. If you have an old snack box or cereal box, the cardboard is really good to work with in art, or a piece of paper. All right, let's get started, boys and girls. Today, our focus is going to be woodland creatures. Raccoons, rabbits, deer, fox, skunks, porcupines. My focus within this lesson is going to be a red fox. Here's a beautiful picture of a red fox. Other woodland animals are deer and raccoons, squirrels, and hedgehogs in the UK. Here's another fox sitting with a badger. Here are a few foxes made from tubes, and the ears are bent in. And there's a little owl, a woodland creature. And once again, the fox with the tail that's coming out of the back. Here we go. All right, boys and girls, if you have a toilet paper tube that's already pretty small, you'll have no problem working with that. But if you have a larger tube that is made for paper towel, you might have to cut it 2 times to make it a little bit smaller. You might want an adult to cut these. But it's not too hard once you start cutting through the cardboard. It's tougher than paper though, so be careful. And they pop, usually. Okay, now I have a few tubes to make all sorts of creatures, but today I'm going to focus in on creating a fox. So the first step is bending the top in on both sides to sort of create and form 2 ears. And you saw that beautiful fox in the beginning. They have pretty big ears. And just mold it with your hands. That means move it around, shape it. And it stands pretty well. Mine's a little crooked, so I'm going to cut the edge off a little bit. There we go. So now that we have the ears formed, then we can start drawing. You might want to use a marker if you've got one. All right, you might need a black marker or a brown marker, something that's a little bit on the darker side, and make sure you line up the ears properly. You are going to have a point where you add the nose and the eyebrows and the eyes of your fox. And I made the nose kind of long because they have a long snout. There we go. Kind of like a dog, but a little thinner. And of course, a fox would need 2 eyes. And I'm going to draw kind of a little line here to show where its belly would start. I'm going to continue all the way around because now that we're not working on a flat surface, we'll see this little fox from all sides. So I'd like to have you work all the way around, not just the front. A fox has whiskers, and I'm making a little mouth. Their mouth is divided in the center. You've probably noticed that on cats and dogs, foxes also. Okay, here we go. Now this will stand up on its own when we're finished with it, but right now I'm going to give it that nice white belly. So I'm just shaping it out with a little line on each side. When you draw on a tube, you have to be careful not to crush it, so we're not pressing too hard. And I thought a little white might work really well for the belly. It's kind of hard to get it on there. Don't crush it too hard. while you're working. A little white. And then I think I might use a little orange and brown for the fur, because they kind of have both colors. I keep trimming the end of this. This is a little on the crooked side. All right, little fox. Let's start adding some fur. Now we're focusing on texture. Maybe some eyelashes, little whiskers, some little lines for the fur. This is called textured marks. Little zigzags and dashes to give you the feeling of fur. Pretty nice. There's the top. And we're going to have to add a little bit of the fur all the way around your tiny little tube sculpture. And once again, this is texture. This marker is so perfect for this because it's very strong. All right, now the fun color. I kind of went dark brown. I probably should have stuck with orange, but I'll add some orange to the top. I've sped this up a little bit. I know no one can color this quickly, so that we'd have enough time. And the brown is quite nice, but I think I'd like to add a little orange. I have another marker, and I have to be careful to color around here. The head. Then turn it to the side. You want to complete the side. And we're going to be able to see all the way around. So we're going to do the back. Got to go to the back. I understand it'll take you longer than this film. There, you can see a little better. And the top of the head, because we are usually looking down on this little critter. This will be really nice for you to set up in your room or in your house. There's the little fox. All right, now I'm just going to cut a little rectangle from my cardboard box, which was macaroni and cheese. I'm going to draw kind of a scruffy tail. Of course, add color. Now, it might be hard to attach this tail really well. So I'm going to show you a little trick. This might help. And cut it out. And then I'd like it to attach to the back, but it's really hard to get it to attach with glue. So I make a little slit on the back and insert it. All right, so I'm putting my scraps to the side. I'm sorry, some of this film was cut off. I'm just basically cutting out the tail, and I'm going to make a little cut in the back, or you could just use glue and attach it, but you're going to have to really hold on to it and make it stay. So I'm just going to make a little slit, and you can't see how I cut this. I'm sorry. You can see I cut it a little bit. Now I'm going to place the tail in there. And once again, I apologize, some of my film is cut off, but you can kind of see it sitting in there. Of course, you could attach a bigger tail that's fluffier with cardboard. That one fits quite nicely, but you can style it differently. I'm just going to cut a larger square and then puff it out a little bit. And I'm going to be making a second fox. You do not have to. I was just in the mood to make another, so now I'm cutting the tail, and this time I'm making it really large. And I have to cut between each one of these little triangles, these little zigzag lines that I've created. And going around and around. Really, I think you're going to enjoy working with cardboard because it's so strong and things can sit up so well with cardboard. So now I'm going to add a little texture, like a fluffy tail. It almost looks like a pile of hay, but I'm going to put some color on it. Maybe a little orange for my fox. Make a second fox. Just enjoy yourself. You don't need to make two. I make two foxes in this video, and I'm sort of preparing the tail. This time I'm working kind of backwards. Thank you, boys and girls. All right, well, here we go. Two foxes, different tails, different styles, same concept. Okay, boys and girls, have fun. Make some more woodland animals. Thank you.